Okay, so what was the kind of purpose and thinking behind tonight? Well, I had a little look at the dates and I thought, right, it's halfway through the month. So we have, in effect, we've got halfway done and we've got halfway to go. So we have got like a clear 14 days left in October. And I think when you get to this stage of the month, you can either sit there and think, oh well, it's not going to be this month, is it? And kind of put it off to another month. Or you can just turn it upside down and say, we've still got 2 weeks to go. We've still got 14 days. What can we do in those 14 days? So the ones of you that I've kind of I've gone through all the stats and all the figures on the pages, and you are all ladies that have got you've got a reasonable amount of team sales on. You've all got sort of about £1,000 or more. You've all got some recruits, and you've all got some recruits that have been activated. So it's not as though I've grabbed a group of random people onto a call and gone, hey, fancy being a manager in 2 weeks' time? There is a little bit of science behind it. And I've just looked at what you've achieved so far this month and just thought, and if I'm just being really like blunt, it's like, for God's sake, let's just see what we can do. Let's see what we can pull together in the next 14 days, because then we hit November. And what I want for as many of you as possible is to hit November the 1st with that area manager title, because November and then December are traditionally two of our biggest months of the year for sales. And I want you to get the commission from that. All of your upline managers are going to get the commission whether you promote out to manager or whether you don't. So they earn either way. But why wouldn't you grab that money as well? And I looked at it, and it's probably about £300 to £400 if you include your manager bonus. You're looking at sort of £300 to £400. And I thought, oh my God, I just hate the thought that a lot of you will just lose that money. And maybe if we'd had this call like right here, right now, we could have tackled it and actually like pulled it together and got it sorted. So that's my thinking. It's not to kind of add, I want more managers. I always want more managers, but it's not about that. It's about, this is going to be the biggest selling month of the year in November. Why not earn your own commission? So that's part of my thinking behind it, really. So I hope that makes sense. So, but also the reason I've sort of pulled you together with what I've looked at in your sales and your recruiting so far is that at the end of this, I'm going to ask you, not actually like out there like that. You can come through to me, but I'm going to ask you, is this for you or not? Are we going to go for this month, or are we going to, put it on and move it into another month? Because this is going to take, and I end up sounding like a right bossy mayor, and I don't mean it like that. It's going to take some action, all right? If you sit back and go, well, if it happens, it happens, then it probably won't. So it's going to take a bit of, right, come on, let's get on with this. Let's get it sorted. And what are we going to do about it? So it is going to take a bit of grit, a bit of determination, but we're all here to support you. So some of the managers have joined the call tonight. Some of the other managers will be catching up with me a little bit later. So you've got loads of support around you, because over the next 14 days, there are going to be times when you want to tear your hair out. There's going to be times when you just want to go, and then it's like, right, your managers are here to pick you back up and like shove you back out again. We tend to like give you a little wiggle and push you back out. And we do that ongoing as well. So, but as I say, so it's just at the end of it, have a little thinking bit, but don't think for too long because we'll waste too much time. Have a little think and think, right, if we're onto this, we're onto it. All right. So the first thing I kind of wrote down, and some of you that have joined my calls before, there's nothing, in a way I say nothing new, because there's nothing new to say. It's the same old, but it's now like, right, get on with it. So first of all, I want you to, so there's things you need to write down really as kind of like homework for later. What does your structure look like right now? Okay, so you're going to need, and I think actually, off the top of my head, most of you, £600 minimum in personal sales. So if you've done that, what I do is I draw it out, the structure. So I will draw a picture of my structure. Oh, you can't really see my red writing probably. And then if I've done me at the top, Julie, if I've done my personal sales, I put a circle round me to show that that bit's ticked, that bit's done. Then you need those recruits. So you need a minimum of 3 personal recruits. So I put them in here. I'd write their names down so we know what they're called. And then once they've done 150, so they're activated and they're real people now, I put a circle around them just to show that when I'm flicking through this every day, what do I need now? What have I ticked off today? What have I ticked off today? Right, she's now become activated. Cross, right, put a circle around her. Done. Right, we've got another recruit down here. She hasn't done any sales yet, right? She's got to remember this one here. But visually drawing it out always works for me. But you choose whatever system suits you best. Some of you like to be whizzes on Excel spreadsheets. But you do whatever suits you, but you've got to have a tracker. You've got to have some sort of a plan. So sort out exactly what you need in your structure. And then what I want you to do tonight or tomorrow morning is come through to me and your upline. You can copy us both in and say, this is where I am at the moment. Therefore, I need 3 more recruits. They've all got to be activated. And in total, we need £1,200 in sales. All right, because then you're starting to break it down. Okay, because I think sometimes we see the big figure of 3,500, but we forget that we've actually can take £1,300 off that total already. Okay, so draw out your structure, work out exactly what you need, and you need to kind of take ownership of that. This is what I want to get my promotion. Then I always look at what's left. So I just worked out roughly, because for some of you it'll be about the right figure. You've got 2,300 left to do, say. If you divided that by £200, that would be 11 parties. So start breaking down that big number into £200 chunks. Because once you start to think then, that's, just for argument's sake, that's 11 parties I need. Right, well, I know I've got 3 in. 1, 2, 3. There's now 8 left to find. Right, I know that that girl has got a launch. There's 1 more there. This girl here has got to do this. These 3 that I've got to find are going to have to become activated. So there's some sales there. Okay, we're probably 5 parties short. Right, what are we going to do about that then? But by breaking it down, it just makes it, you know, you can look at 2,300 to go and go, ah! And this sort of thing happens all the time with all the managers, in all the promotions, in everything we do. So you're not alone by going, ah! It's just chunking it down into little bite-sized chunks. So then I've broken this down really into kind of two sort of chunks. Okay, so some of it is sales. The only person you can truly rely on in your team is yourself. Okay, and when the poo hits the fan, it's you that can get up, go out there, and you've got the most influence on yourself. So, you know, have a really good hard look about, map out the next 14 days. How many nights are you partying? How many nights are you caught up in other stuff like your life and your kids and your family? And what spaces are there left? So actually, are there another 4 spaces that in an ideal world, if you had the parties, could you go out another 4 nights? All right, so again, you're chunking it down into what you can do. And we have a great phrase in this business all the time is focus on what you can do and not what you can't. All right, we have loads and loads. Everybody in Body Shop that I ever speak to has got a story and a background. None of us seem to have that kind of like husband, wife, two lovely kids in a lovely house with everything perfect and hunky-dory and sweet and light. And all right, no one's got that life. Everyone's got stuff. All right. And it's always best to try and look at what can you achieve from where you are. Not, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't because just try and like, so over the next 14 days as well, we are just going to adapt like positivity overkill. You'll love it. All right. If you're a fan of a motivational quote, oh yes, don't forget to start sharing them, because we're all going to be in this together. Okay. And I'm going to talk more about that in a minute. So chunk it down into what can you do? So then think about, booking parties. Okay. When was the last time you truly wrote a contact list, a proper one? Go back to Be Inspired, to your New Starts training if you need to, and write that contact list down. Pick up the phone, that old-fashioned thing that happened in the olden days. Pick up the phone to people and say, because your voice comes across so much more passionate, enthusiastic, desperate, whatever, that comes across in your voice. Tapping out a little message on Facebook has no feeling, does it? It has no emotion. So picking up the phone to people and saying, look, I need your help. I am just 4 parties away from becoming an area manager this month. I really desperately need your help. All it is you inviting a group of girlfriends round to your house. I've got next Thursday or next Friday free. I'll bring you a bottle of wine if you get 8 people in the room, or a box of chocolates. It's just a girls' night in. I'm going to bring the Body Shop products. I'm going to sit on the floor with you and your friends. We're going to have a little pamper with some plum body scrub and butter. I'm going to share the offers with all you and your friends. And as a thank you for me, you're going to get the hostess rewards. £100 of products for £22.50. That's what's in it for your friend, and the bottle of wine or the chocolates or the little goodie bag, whatever you want to throw at her. That's all, that's all you need to do, friend. So can you help me out? All right. And I say, if you use your voice rather than tippy-tappy-tippy, it's much more emotional. If you really can't do that phone thing, or actually nowadays, sometimes we don't have their numbers, voice message. I'm a big fan nowadays of voice messages, because again, people hear the humour, they hear the emotion, they hear the passion in your voice. And I know I've had a couple of days at home where I've spent nearly all day, 5 or 6 hours on my laptop doing different things. And I have to say, I was thinking, 8:30 tonight, I've got to come on here. As soon as I come on here and start chatting, like I'm bing, and I'm excited and I'm awake again. And it just makes such a difference. So book parties wherever you can. And this is speedy. This needs to be done. We're going to be off of here by 9:10. This, you might not want a phone tonight. Fair enough. Tomorrow morning. But it needs to be speedy. We've got 14 days to go. So we need to actually just like run. You've never seen me run. I don't do running, but yes. So think about other things. We talk about kit drops. Some people are doing them, some people aren't, some people are successful, some people aren't. Some people haven't tried them. So again, this is now like time for action. Kit drops, catalogue fairies, sample bot drops, catalogue things out, whatever it is that might work for somebody in your friendship group. And this is when you sit and think, I've got a friend who works in London. So she's not going to want to lug a great big sack of products into the office for me, but she might take 6 sample pots, a couple of catalogues, and a special offer. Everybody who spends £25 gets a free gift. And you might have used some hostess shopping. When I've got free hostess shopping nowadays, I often buy the sheet masks, because I can't remember how many you get for £25, but you get about 6 or 7. And I just keep them, because I could also post those as well. If I needed to treat people, I could just send it in the post. If you've got free host shopping and you've invested in stuff, everybody who spends £25 gets a free sheet mask. Just something extra, or some sample pots, whatever it is. Think also as well about your online sales. Yes, they're hit and miss. You can do £400 on a night of a party, and then the next time you do one, you can do 42. But the trouble is, if you stop after you've done the 42, you won't know that the next one you did might be 250. So think about your online parties. And again, I have found over the years, there's no rhyme nor reason, and you can run them back to back to back. So you can be sitting there thinking, oh, well, I did an online party last week. It wasn't very successful. It's too soon to do another one. Try it, because you'll find that a different 6 or 7 people tune in, or 6 or 7 different people this week have got their money, or they've now seen you advertise things 3 or 4 times and they're excited. So it's worth just going for that. Or you might decide to put that in closer to the end of the month. I'd probably go for 2, to be fair. Try something this week and something next week, so you're mixing it up a bit. So think about your online selling and what you can do there. Then we're on to that other mystery, the recruiting. So let me just have a sip of water. Oh, I have to bring the glass in a minute. I'm always conscious that we have like a limited time on a Zoom, so I always go blah, 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 just to try and make sure I give you as much as I can in the allotted space. So with your recruiting, 20 adverts a day. Have we been doing that? Have we been consistently doing that on Facebook? We all try it. We all have a flutter. We all get bored with it. And then we go to bed. And then we don't try them anymore. We try it a bit. Or we get a few knockbacks. I'm not allowed to do it on this site. Or some man trolls me and, really upsets me or whatever. Again, it's time for big girl knickers on, action. Push all that negativity away. Don't care about the moany man. Don't care about the site that doesn't want me. There are thousands of millions of sites in the whole of the UK. You do not have to stick to your area if you don't want to. You could start now advertising in Dorset, Manchester, Scotland. You can choose anywhere you like. It is often, I like it if teams are closer to you. I feel you have a better rapport with people, but, look for different groups. Look for some other types of groups. I don't know what they are because I've not found them. But look for like mummy groups or yummy mummies. I had a little phase of looking for yummy mummy groups and found a couple of different ones in that sort of terminology. But keeping up your advertising, mix it up every day, different sort of poster, one with no words, one with a different sort of words, find a different picture. In the albums on our team page, there's about 20 or 30 different pictures floating around. I know that I think it's Jade recently, or maybe Natasha, has written one that's a bit more sort of advertorial, a bit more chatty about their life and things like that and what it's done for them. So it's not like an out and out recruiting one. It's just a bit more subtle. So try different things. But again, it is that kind of thing of, I've got to do it every day. And every day I'm going to do at least, I'd say 20, at least 10 every day. All right. On your personal Facebook, and I say this at the very start of one of the things I do about becoming a manager, is after this call, I want to see if you can, because of work commitments, etc., but if you are able to, on your personal page, I want to see, I've had a fantastic call, I'm really excited, I'm really motivated, I'm going for area manager in 14 days time, and I need your help. I need just 3 more people to join my team. If it's not for you, could you share my post on your wall? How many friends can share my post? For every friend that shares my post, I will put you all into a drawer for something. But it's that getting it out there, because the reason I say your personal profile, and I would also say do it on your selling group, but when I say do it on your personal profile, is the way Facebook works. Your group can not be seen by anybody tonight. Your personal profile might be the more interesting place that Facebook's showing tonight. it's just that whole mix and match. Try this page, try this page, try this page, try this page. But going out and asking for help. When we were going for region at the end of August, I went into my group and I said, I need 3 more bodies to join various teams for us to get region status. And I just said, there's no commitment really. You're going to pay for your kit. I'd like you to try and do your first order. There's no real commitment. And I don't want you to go out on quite that message, but this was kind of desperate stages. And 6 people came forward and said that they would join. And actually, I used 3 of them. 3 of them bought their kits. Actually, as it came to it, we only needed 2 of them. And both those 2 people did put through a £150 order each. And they were people that, and a couple of other people that have said to me that they will come on another time in the future for me. They're people that I would never have thought of. One of those girls was an ex-manager from about 8 years ago. She sees my post every single day. But she decided that as I'd really asked for help, I obviously really needed it. So she came on. And I say she's done about £350 so far. So, so don't be afraid to ask for help, but getting your post shared out gets it to all those new audiences out there as well. So think about that as well. Then look at all the recruits that you've got on so far. And, again, hopefully you're using the tracker sheet that's on the Team Builder page, or you're using a system to track your new starts that you've got. Looking at their success starts levels 1, 2, 3 and 4. Obviously levels 1, 2 and 3, that's your sales. That's your sales coming in. Bring 4 recruits in now who did £300 each by the end of the month. That's another £1,200 in sales, just from seeing people through success start. I'm not stupid. I know that some people join, buy the kit, and we never ever see them again. I know it's that water wheel of keep pulling them in, and some will fall off and some will carry on. But the more we throw on the water wheel, the more chances we have of taking some round. And again, I think all of you are probably in that situation, possibly not all of you actually, some of you will be, where you've brought some on and they haven't performed, and you might now be being a little bit despondent thinking, and that's just the way it is. Some will, some won't, so what? And it's just keep throwing them in. Don't ever be cross. They've taken the kit and I've never heard from them again. Just let it go, because you can spend a lot of negative energy and getting wound up with her. And actually, she's gone. Don't worry about her. Don't fall out with her, because in 6-9 months' time, she might approach you again and want to join again. And next time round, life might be different for her and she might start. So I never try to fall out with people unless I can really help it. So really concentrate on their success starts for sales, but also that level 4. And remind them that success start level 4, they can get from day 1 of joining. A lot of girls have this thing, because it is numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, that they've got to wait until they've done 3 to get 4. They have to get 4 right at the end. So just make sure that, and keep talking about the trolley bag. The trolley bag is the most amazing thing in the entire world, along with the new promotion of the makeup belt. It is whatever you come, and I was saying this to some girls the other night, whatever you think of the promotions, they are amazing. So this makeup belt is amazing, and every new recruit needs one to go with their trolley bag. But it's just bigging it up all the time and bringing that into conversation right from the word go. Whenever, when you meet that new recruit, it's really great if you join with a buddy, because, you get to win the trolley bag, and you've also got a buddy start straight away. You can chat about Body Shop, you can share ideas, and we find starting with a buddy is really good. So keep, the focus on that success start. And then the Team Builder page. I'm a bit disappointed. It's an idea. I think the idea is good, but it's not working at all. Now, Becky and Lindsay have spent every other day so far this month writing a really nice post for you all to just get on with and do. And it's been a bit like tumbleweed on there, really. And this is my last bit in a minute, so I shall stop the video in a bit and we'll have a little bit of a chat. But it has been a little bit like tumbleweed. But what I would say is now we've got these 2 weeks to go, and there are actually something like 15 posts on there. The girls aren't going to be writing any more posts because their message tomorrow is going to be, let's go back to number 1 and do them all again. Because I'm not sure we've done them every day. And if we've done them every day, we could probably repeat them by now because they are those kind of things that we can just sort of go over and over them. So, but, you know, the Team Builder page has been set up with it's like all of you lot on the Zoom in the Team Builder page. And it's where we're all in there together and we're all having a great time. And we're like pulling each other and everybody along on a journey. This is like in a virtual world. So we're pulling everybody along on this journey. And the team, in my mind, the Team Builder page was that we would share our successes. We can talk about our frustrations. I'm not, you know, I'm not one of these people that says no negativity ever, as long as it don't get really bad and we like. But it's just that whole, you know, you can say on there, having a down day today, posted 20 adverts, got no response, but somebody on there will hopefully, now we're all together in this little group, pick you up and take you back onto the journey. So the Team Builder page, as I say, it's really to scroll back to day 1, which will have been at the start of October, or I'll get the girls maybe to repost them. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what they've suggested yet. But it's just, you know, let's go back through those posts, because each one of those posts, some of them are really easy, some of them are going to take a bit more time. But the thought behind all those posts was that if we'd actioned all those things, we would have been another chunk forward. Does that make sense? And as I say, there will be stuff in there that you might think, well, I've done that loads of times, but it might just be stuff as well where you think, I didn't do that. I am going to do this today. I am going to try that. So back on that Team Builder page, and again, start talking to each other, because when 2 or 3 of you start talking, then the ball will start to roll as well. And what I'll do is I'm going to put a picture up after this call with all of your names on it, so you can kind of then put names to faces for each other, hopefully, and then you've kind of got your new friends for the next 2 weeks. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I make some of this up as I go along. You can tell, really, can't you? Right, I'm going to take a picture of you first, so you need to look smiley. Got to look as though you're having the most amazing evening of your life. Yeah, that'll do. Right, let's take it off the stop recording.